What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the BTSI Show. I'm your host, Chris. Thank you guys for tuning in to this impromptu show. Wasn't planning on doing this tonight. Part of me wish I could say this to Monday, but Lord knows I ain't going to remember. Something that's going to come and cloud my head by the time that comes. Wanted to talk to you guys about this tonight, but before we get into that, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, follow me on all my social media accounts. Links are located in the description. If you'd like to make a donation, Cash App, $sign the BTSI Show, participate with all the rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person is going to get $100 when we do our Cash App giveaway. Now, what will we title? Actually, technically, if I had to be honest, this is an all-world reaction because we are reacting to something that I came across today. Now, salute to Content King. Y'all guys know I interviewed him during the meeting of two kings. I was in this room earlier today, and while that room was just, well, everything you would expect. Somebody brought up that in Texas, they are going to rescind the Ronald Reagan law. Now, of course, I'm an admin in the space. I wasn't paying too much attention. Then I heard that part. I asked him, bro, hold on, bro. You're going to bring that up? You got to give me some facts or some type of article to give credence to what you're saying. And needless to say, he came up with said evidence. So, and if I'm glitching, you guys, my sincerest apologies. It's just, Lord knows. And also, real quick, let me speak on that real quick. When it comes to the glitching on BTSI show, this only happens ever since I moved into this location. That's only because although I stay in a luxury apartment, I stay in a building where I believe there's 22 units on one floor, and we're in 4 stories. So I would imagine we're all sharing the same fiber optic network. So if there's any lagging, my sincere apologies for that. I try to fix it during the streams. Yes, and it just did that, and I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm up. Let that go. But want to get into this article. The link is located in the description of this video. Just to let you guys know. Let's see if we can get narrator to read this. Actually, that's going to be a bad idea because there's going to be an echo. So it'd probably be best if I read this out loud. But this is coming from mysanantonio.com. News. Viral TikToker warns Texas women about push to ban no-fault divorce. And should we read the article or should we watch the video? Let's read the article first. A TikToker made a viral video warning Texas women to avoid tying the knot, at least from a legal standpoint, due to the state's conservative push for the elimination of no-fault divorce. The viral video comes after Steven Crowder, popular right-wing podcaster in Texas, highlighted his opinions on why he felt the law should be changed after his wife filed for a divorce. If you guys remember, they'll explain in this article. What is a no-fault divorce? No-fault divorce laws allows either party to walk away from an unhappy marriage without having to prove abuse, infidelity, or other misconduct in court. All 50 states and the DC have no fault divorce law. However, conservative politicians in multiple states, including Texas, have begun to push to repeal them. So far, that's just the backstory. That's just the backstory where we at with this. So far, so good. Because if you want to keep it a buck, when it comes to me trying to push marriage and try to promote it, it's hard to talk to certain people because, granted, there's a lot of people in the conversation that have no business being in this conversation. So that part in of itself is very annoying. Now, but the one thing I could easily say is a lot of men, granted, majority of them are red pillars, so I will openly admit that. Majority of them has said they would get married if they got rid of no-fault divorce. And dare I say, they are almost there. I mean, I say they are almost there with getting what they want. Now, the thing with no-fault divorce, the number one reason why people get a divorce is for irreconcilable differences, which means you can get divorced for any reason. It doesn't matter. Usually a lot of people get divorced because they're unhappy. Or hell, it could be something so petty, so stupid as I'm divorcing you because you wore pink today. Or I don't like how you did your hair. Or you didn't take the trash out. Or you didn't cook. Well, let me ignore those last two because that might be a justification, and we'll get into that later on in the show. Now, let's continue. Last year, the Republican Party of Texas adding languages to its platforms calling for an end to no-fault divorce, according to Rolling Stone. The party's platform states, we urge the legislators to rescind unilateral no-fault divorce laws, to support covenant marriage, and to pass legislation extending the period of time in which a divorce may occur to 6 months after the date of filing for divorce. So far, so good. I'm not seeing a problem with this. Let's keep going. Crowder, again, podcaster, called out the law on Tuesday, May 2nd, after saying his divorce was completely permitted in Texas. Days after he announced he and his wife had separated, a 2021 video emerged of the far-right podcaster berating his wife, 8 months pregnant at the time, with the couple's twin for her failure to do wifely things. That was a tough video. That was kind of rough. Like, I know I'm a hard ass, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, if you was to ask my wife how I treated her and during the pregnancy, I treated her. I went above and beyond. Like, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of the house. Everything opposite of what was going on in that Jay Crowder video. So trust me, I understand the need for a divorce in that realm. We'll get into that. We'll get into why I believe that later on in the film. But let's keep going. TikToker warns women in Texas. Here we go. With the possibility of no-fault divorce laws changing in conservative states, TikToker Kimberly Stober added unwed women to not get married legally. Operative word is legally. She doesn't want it on paper. She's talking. If you're going to get married, do it under through the church. Have a nice wedding under the table. Basically, just don't go in the courthouse or sign a marriage certificate. Now, continue. More than 2/3 of all heterosexual divorces in the U.S. are initiated by women, according to the America's Psychological Association. A sociological association. My apologies. So actually, let me read that one more time. More than 2/3. That's at least 66%. More than 2/3 of all heterosexual divorces in the U.S. That means man and woman biologically, as well, are initiated by women. XX chromosomes, according to the American Sociological Association. Women, it's gonna be a rough day for y'all. I don't know how this went underneath the rug, especially how women been tripping this week. Yeah, just not gonna like this. I'm just saying. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's continue. In the viral clip, she said, oh, what time are we at? Well, 11 minutes go. All right. In the viral clip, she said, have a ceremony, have a commitment with your partner, have a nice wedding, but do not trap yourselves into the confines of the law with divorce. This clip received more than 646,000 views and over 115,000 likes as of Friday, May 5th. Just for the record, we're going to play the video. This is at 1.1 million views, by the way. But let's continue. They, Texas GOP, are not going to stop at marginalized groups. They are going to go after women, eventually men, but now they're going after women. Thoughts on that, but we'll get into that later. Stover said, banning no-fault divorce is the most ridiculous, fascist thing I've ever seen. It's another way to trap women. It's another way to control women. You know what? Context. Hey, Alexa, define fascist.
As a noun, fascist is usually defined as a person who believes in or sympathizes with fascism. As an adjective, fascist is usually defined as of or like a governmental system led by a dictator having complete power, forcibly suppressing opposition and criticism, regimenting all industry, commerce, etc., and emphasizing an aggressive nationalism and often racism. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for fascist.
All right. Now that we all know what fascist is, let's continue. The Republican Party of Louisiana is considering recommending the ban, while Nebraska Republicans have said only childless couples should be able to get no-fault divorces. Childless couples should be able to get no-fault divorces. So if they had a child, they're not eligible for no-fault divorce. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's that chat. All right. How are we going to play this? Actually, we're not going to be able to play it because there's going to be a lot of feedback. But honestly, and I did watch the TikTok video. She did give a bunch of examples of why this is bad, and she believes that it's not only she believes it's fascist, but excuse me. All right, there we go. Not only does she believe it's fascist, she also gave examples of LGBTQIA, people of color, all this other stuff. They're trying to marginalize them. Now they're focusing on marginalizing women as a whole. Now, here's the thing when it comes to no fault divorce. Ladies and gentlemen, especially Kimberly Strober, I don't have a problem with this. I really don't. Because you're not telling women, oh, something got in my eye, crap. You're not telling women they cannot get a divorce at all. That's not what they're saying. They're just saying if you're going to get a divorce, don't be a child about it. That's all they're saying. Now, let's go over the reasons to get a divorce. And I've said this plenty of times. I'll call it the 3 A's of the divorce. If there's a form of abuse, leave. Is there If there's a form of abandonment, leave. If there's a form of adultery, leave. I call those the three A's of divorce. Obviously, I'm pretty sure there's more legitimate reasons to get a divorce, but those three A's are probably the most common: abuse, abandonment, adultery. Now, when these things happen, that doesn't mean if it happens one time, that's it, go ahead and exit the relationship. That's not what it means. Like, excuse me. When it comes to those discrepancies being done in the marriage, I do believe that you need to give time to fix said problems. That's going to cause your wedge within the covenant. Now, I will openly admit this is my personal bias. When it comes to abuse, that leash is a lot shorter compared to abandonment and adultery. The reason why I say that is because abuse comes in all different forms, and not just physical. It could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be spiritual, it could be financial, or whatever the case may be. Now, there's some form of abuse where sometimes it's a one and done, or whatever the case may be. That leash is a little bit shorter compared to the others. But as far as everything else, if it happens, fix it and fix it and fix it until you could definitively say one party is continuously not putting the effort to fix the problem, or that party is not um what can I say? Yeah, he's not putting the effort to fix the problem, or they don't care to fix the problem. So all they're saying is you can get a divorce, just have some legitimate reason and prove that divorce must happen. Like when it comes to infidelity, that's somewhat easy to prove. You got text messages, there's video cameras, you can put a tracker on somebody, you can find out that type of stuff. That's easy. Now, um, what else? Abandonment. Well, yeah, just lack of duty, dereliction of duty. What are you not doing around the house? And also keep in mind, it would be behoove you to have, like me, I got two surveillance cameras here right now. I'm gonna have a third one. I just need to call 80. Excuse me. I need to call my security company to send me another camera. So there's in the age of technology, 2023. There's so many ways to prove. I swear to God, this camera's gonna. I'm gonna throw all this shit in the trash. Actually, I might just need to get a better Wi-Fi network. But anywho, you could prove adultery, excuse me. You could prove abandonment issues by what they're not doing in the house, or what they said they was going to do, they didn't do, having it on text message, email, whatever the case would be. You could prove that. Now, when it comes to obviously abuse, like I said, a camera, there's ways to get evidence of that. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the woman is trapped in a marriage, because if what she's saying is true, there's always going to be some type of paper trail or some cookie crumbs that's going to lead you back to the evidence. So I don't have no problem with Texas trying to push for no fault divorce. Louisiana's about to do it. Nebraska, someone has it done. They just don't have it all the way. And Republicans around the nation is actually pushing forward for this to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a problem with this. I really don't. Because if there's something going good in the marriage, very easily to post it and have evidence for that. So why is it when it comes to something going wrong, we act like there's nothing to be shown? There's ways to, there's no way in hell someone's going to be trapped in the marriage. This is not holding women back. This is not holding men back. This is just the government saying, if you want to get a divorce, prove it. Because you guys have, because there should be no reason why the number one reason of a divorce is irreconcilable differences. What the fuck is that in the grand scheme of things? Yes, there's always going to be a reason to get a divorce. That doesn't make it a good reason. Because you are unhappy or you fell out of love is not a reason to get divorced. And this is why you have people bring up arranged marriages, which I totally agree with. Now, some people are going to bring up how there's some type of abuse towards the women in other countries due to their customs and their way of living. I'm not saying that's not true, but here in America, arranged marriage can work, minus the customs that go on the eastern side of the hemisphere. Sometimes down south as well. Well, it is what it is. So yeah, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a problem with this. Like, not even a little bit. The article's in the description. You're more than welcome to go read it. And you have any questions, concerns, leave a comment or whatever the case may be, and we can have this conversation. Like I said, the fact that Texas is actually pushing this, hey, it's no surprise here. Especially it's coming down south. There's definitely no surprise here. I say kudos to them because here's why, and I'll go ahead and end the stream. The reason why I like this is because now you have to think before you get involved in a relationship. See, this is where my marriage series tend to come in place about the part ones, the part twos, the part threes, the part fours. The reason why all that will come in place is now you have to really take your time and not rush into jumping in a relationship just because you feel alone, just because you need someone to occupy your time. You got to think about what type of investment are you, and what's not investment, what type of return on investment you're going to get out of the situation. So, like I said, in part one of the marriage series, know your strength, know your weaknesses, know yourself, know your wife, and get ready to do some research on your wife. Because that way, once you complete that, steps 2, step 3, step 4 is easy. But y'all knew that. Y'all know I got my marriage series. Y'all should go back and watch it. Oh, and some of y'all may not recognize the thumbnails of my marriage series, only because there was a picture of me and my wife. I got some good news, ladies and gentlemen. My wife got a new job with the district, particularly the district that I graduated from in 07. I won't tell you what her occupation is, but I do want to say this. Because of her occupation, down son, I swear to God, I'm gonna look for a better Wi-Fi provider. Because of my wife's occupation, I had to take the thumbnails down. I didn't want her to be associated with me and the children, the kids, and baza. So I took all of that down just to protect her image. But nevertheless, congratulations, baby. You guys go watch my marriage series and get some game. So that way, when you do decide to get married and you do decide to put it on paper, just know that you're in it for the long run. There's no quick get outs. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna make some rounds and I'm gonna go to bed. So thank you guys for pulling in. Do me a favor on your way out. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on all social medias. Cash out, $1 at BTS Household, participate, waive all the rights to privacy. You're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once you reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. And also, real quick before we get out here, thank you guys for where is that bar, son of a bitch? There it is. Thank you guys for tuning in on Tuesday, watching Welcome to the Throne with Angry Man. I greatly appreciate it. This is probably the most streams, most views I ever got in my life. So shout out to Angry Man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. I owe you one for that. And as far as everybody else, clips are lock and loaded. For the next 3 weeks, Monday through Thursday, 12 o'clock, New Central Standard Time, there will be a clip released. I can tell you right now, although the first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we're talking about Red Pill Minister. Wednesday, we're going to talk about Courtney. So be ready for that. Other people, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go do some stream surfing. So I'll catch y'all later. This is the BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.